close to thee. For I say close to thee, Lord, close to thee.
And empresses, prince and princesses, one and all listeners.
You're
listening to Bobo Ras Anthony on blessradio.org. Your church called Naya Bing with Bobo Ras Food of the Savior. With the archangels and angels singing choruses of joy. And the Daniel #1 band setting the plan. Let us clap our hands. For in this time we should overstand. Take away the truth and the light. Holy Emmanuel, blessed greetings, my lords and empresses, prince and princesses, one and all listeners. We give thanks for this moment. We give thanks for this Iowa. We give thanks for this coming together as we do at this specific and special time. Hear how the weak are. Hear how the struggle. Hear the cross we have to bear. Nearer to him, we seek to be nearer to him. Holy King Emmanuel, I thanks, Celestia, Jah, Rastafari, Sheila, my Lord. For those who don't know, I am Bobo Ras Anthony, your host. Today's show shall consist of 3 psalms, 3 of the sacred seals of King David, seal 57, seal 86, and seal 87. Then we're going to be reading from the Songs of Solomon. You know, just to take the mood more intimate this weekend. Then we shall be reading from the book of Esther. Esther chapter 5 and chapter 6. And then a word from the Emperor. Haile Selassie I. So be blessed in His holiness, children of the Most High. Settle down. And we proceed as we do. And we proceed as we do. Most High. Emmanuel. King Selassie.
And the gate of life eternal.
For I say, turn the gates of life eternal. For I say, I enter, Lord, with thee.
Close to thee.
For I say, close to thee, Lord, close to thee.
Close to thee, come
For I say, close to thee, Lord, close to thee.
the gate of life eternal.
For I say, turn the gates of life eternal. For I say, I enter, Lord, with thee. In a holy Mount Zion, 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 Lord, holy Mount Zion.
The weather kind of gray in Babylon, down here in England. Still, the mood is cool, out of fresh. You know, yeah, people strolling, doing their own thing. Coming and hear a word from the Father. It will make your day much easier.
What a virtuous queen.
Was the hottest, 31 degree, one of the days of this week. You know? Hot like fire in our Babylon. And the next day, rainfall, like you're in the tropics. They're really merciful.
Sweet day by day, sweet voice of death. Saying it's ready for me.
And I, Selassie, I, Jah, Rastafari.
Prince and princess shall come out of Egypt. Ethiopian shall stretch forth their hands unto God, Selassie,
I, Jah, Rastafari.
Yes, we truly do give thanks for your rap attention and your company this morning. Them who are just tuning in for the first time to Bless Radio, to our Bobo Shanti Nayabingi show. We are here every Sunday from 10 to 12. Introduction. The seven priests is upon the altar of the Most High. Melchizedek, Negos Salam. Be blessed in thy holiness, children of the Most High, as we proceed. Holy King Emmanuel, I, King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.
Glory.
merciful unto I, O God. For man would swallow me up. He fighting daily oppressive I. Mine enemies would daily swallow me up. For there be many that fight against me, O thou most high. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. O the King Emmanuel I. Thank you, Rastafari.
You make it I lie down in green pasture. You lead it I beside still waters. He restored my soul. He lead it I in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with I. Thy rod and thy staff, they do comfort me. Thou preparest a table before I in the presence of my enemies. Bless thy holiness. Be blessed in his holiness. Bless us, O most mighty Father, that no one may curse us. Guide us, O most high mighty God, along our way. Keep us, O most high mighty God, in the face of our adversaries. And bless us, O most high mighty God, by each and every word that we say. Unto thee, O most mighty, do we rise and give glory. Unto thy blessed name we adore. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy One, Prophet, Priest, and King, Holy King Emmanuel. King Selassie, Rasta. You're listening to Bobo Ras Anthony on blessradio.org international. The seven priests upon the altar of Melchizedek. Words do go amiss when you hear the fiery angels of the Most High. Be blessed in His words. Be blessed. Blessed love, my lords and empresses, prince and princesses, one and all listeners. We're just taking it easy, you know, and taking it we're just taking it easy as we go forward, you know, just secondly, listening to your bingy, you know, and you know, receive the blessing from the word. For it's the word that have the blessing. And it's the word that manifests itself into life. Words without works are no works, no works. Works without words just cannot be. So it's to overstand the word and to live the word and to mean every word that is said and spoken. For it's an energy, a righteous energy. No component more energizing, more fulfilling, more upful than to connect with words, good words, and to understand every word and its meaning. Words without works are no works at all. They could have talk till them talk themselves out. Without works, they mean nothing. And make no man rush to do works without the knowing, nor the saying, nor the being. Let us do according to Yahweh. Let us ask. Let us seek. Let us knock and come in. Let us have a willing mind, willing heart, willing soul unto righteousness. For from righteousness one cometh. Out of righteousness one is born. Then why not righteousness itinerary to one's life? The Father said in one prophecy, one scripture in the prophecy, that we shouldn't have any children in this time. I find it hard to think of. But because of the sin and because of the easily, slothfully ways of mankind, the children are not protected. Words are neglected. Exaltation and egotism, boastfulness lead the way. Time for righteousness to have its say. Time for every word to mean what it says. Time for words to manifest itself into works. And words that can't manifest themselves into works to get behind. These are the words of the Almighty. Holy King Emmanuel, King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Be merciful unto I, O God. Be merciful unto I. For my soul trusted in thee. Yea, in the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge until these calamities be overpast. I will cry unto God Most High, unto God that performeth all things for I. He shall send from Zion and save I from the reproach of him that would swallow I up. See that Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, shall send forth his mercy and his truth. My soul is among lions. I lie even among them that are set on fire. Even the sons of men whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongues a sharp sword. Be thou exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let thy glory be above all the earth. They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit before me. Into the midst wherefore they have fallen themselves. See, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. My heart is fixed, O God. My heart is fixed. I will sing and give praises. Awake up my glory. Awake up for salty. And harp I myself will awake early. I will praise thee, O Lord, among the people. I will sing unto thee among the nations. For thy mercy is great unto the heavens, and thy truth unto the clouds. Be thou exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let thy glory be above all the earth. Holy King Emmanuel, King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Be blessed in his holiness, children of the Most High.
This heavenly calm within the breast. Start your pledge of glorious rest. With power the church of God remains. The end of days, the end of days. In holy duties, let the day come down. In holy pleasures pass away. How sweet a Sabbath first to spend come down. In hope of one that never shall end.
You're listening to blessradio.org internationally, Four Wings of the Earth, with Bobo Ras Anthony, your host. Just making you receive the blessing.
Our closing hymn 3717 from the Sacred Song and Solo.
Yes, blessed greetings, my lords and empresses, prince and princesses, one and all listeners. Yes, why? You know the runnings go. You know, I just holiness, I just righteousness. You know, everything done by the commandment and everything come from the stem of the commandment, you know, yeah. You know, especially in them times, yeah, you know, when things are hard, you know, things hard in a way where, you know, things are not seen, things are not understood, things are not known. So it makes things hard, you know, for the things that should be and how things should be because things are hidden away from the people. Yes, the people. We say righteousness. We say the man of we say righteousness. Especially in this time when war and confusion and strife from top to bottom. All pitney have strife. All pitney have nervous troubles and all kind of strife. Pitney suffer from nerves. Because the word's not getting through. The ways are not getting through. The life is not getting through. Some stand up before right, wrong. Some stand up before good, bad. So we have to look at this thing. And we have to seek out the problem, especially with I and I own. Cause from one thing lead to another. From street to jail. From jail to prison. From prison to hell. Now we don't want that. Cause hell not pretty. Jail not pretty. Sufferation not nice. And to be lacked of knowledge is to be in darkness. So we have to start plant the seeds of right in the hearts and in the minds and in the souls of the young, especially in ourselves still, because we are the guardians of right. And we seek right things. Do unto others as you would like done unto you. I do right to people. I do right for people and want right for people. Wanting wholeheartedly to receive right. Because that's the balance. So we have to start teach them the right. Remember the Christ stand up before the king and said certain words to the king about certain things what going to happen. And the king looked upon the Christ and said, oh, a little young man like you could have known that if you come talk that before me. And the Christ said, my father told me. So you see where we fit there now? And that's how we fit there, you know. What daddy tells son, him for listen to. And what son hear from daddy, him for believe. And that's how we gone from. Pitney now believe father. Father now believe Pitney. pitney I look upon father as something when not fashionable. Sake of road runnings and lifestyle. Him no understand family life and how things go, and I just saw things go, and I just saw we are until we can do better. Every mickle make a muckle. I just saw it go in life. We have to keep everything right until we can do better. So just like the Christ, I guess we for there now. Anything we tell we offspring, it have a right. So when him quote it, him not no fear what daddy tell him, what father tell him. Because father no tell him no lie. And him no expect father to tell him any lie. So when the king looked upon the Christ and said to the Christ, you as a little man for know that. The Christ said, my father told me so. And I just saw it for God. Be blessed in his holiness as we proceed. Bow down thy ear, O Lord, hear I, for I am poor and needy. Preserve my soul, for I am holy. O thou, my God, save thy servant that trusteth in thee. Be merciful unto I, O Lord, for I cry unto thee daily. Rejoice the soul of thy servant, for unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. For thou, O Lord, art good and ready to forgive and plenteous in mercy unto all them that call unto thee. Give ear, O Lord, unto my prayer, and attend unto the voice of my supplication. In the day of my trouble I will call unto thee, for thou wilt answer me. Among the gods there are none like unto thee, O Lord. Neither are there any like unto thy works. All nations whom thou hast made shall come and worship before thee, O Lord, and shall glorify thy name. For thou art great and doest wondrous things. Thou art God alone. Teach me thy ways, O Lord, and I will walk in thy truth. Unite my heart to fear thy name. I will praise thee, O Lord, my God, with all my heart, and I will glorify thy name forevermore. For great is thy mercy towards I, and thou hast delivered my soul from the lowest hell. O God, the proud are risen against me, and the assemblies of violent men do sought after my soul. And I have not set thee, and they have not set thee before them. But thou, O Lord, art a God full of compassion, and gracious, long suffering, and plenteous in mercy and truth. O turn unto me, and have mercy upon me, and give thy strength unto thy servant, and save the son of thine handmaid. Show me a token of good, that they which hate I may seek, and be ashamed, because thou, O Lord, hast holden me, and have comforted me. Holy King Emmanuel, King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, Sila, my Lord. His foundations is in the holy mountain. The Lord loveth the gates of Zion more than the dwelling places of Jacob. Glorious things are spoken of thee, O city of God, Selah, Selassie. I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know I. Behold, Philistia and Tyre, with Ethiopia, this man was born there. And of Zion it shall be said, this and that man was born in her. And the highest himself shall establish her. The Lord shall count when he writeth up his people, that this man was born there, Selah, Selassie, as well as the singers as well as the singers, as the players of instruments shall be there. All my springs are in thee, say the Most High. Holy King Emmanuel, I, King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. The Father said, all my springs are in thee. That means all of his angels are tied to him, bind to him, round and about him, and are for him. Let us keep giving praises. Let our bond get stronger and stronger and stronger. That he becomes a jealous, ever jealous God over his peculiar joy. You're listening to Bobo Ras Anthony on blessradio.org internationally, four winds of the earth. Wherever Jah has driven them, we bless them this day.
When he cometh to make up these jewels, all these jewels, precious jewels, his loved is own, as the star of the morning, his bright crown adorning, they shall shine their beauty, bright gems for his crown. He will gather, gem for his kingdom, all the pure ones, all the bright ones, his loved is own. Little children, who love their Redeemer, are the jewels, precious jewels, his loved is own. Will Emmanuel I Selassie, Rastafari. You want to know the ear? The spirit to rise. You want to know the ear can pass it to this service, actually join in me not just after. My Lord and Emperor. When he cometh,
You're listening to Bobo Ras Anthony on blessradio.org internationally. Oh, coming from a wonderful week of celebrations, celebrating our divine King of creation. Be blessed in His holiness. Such a blessing to hear the children sing and the church bells ring. Care what go on in the earth. Care what go on personally with our personage. The word remaineth the same. The life remaineth the same. Upful in our ways, never showing no disgrace. Care what go on round and about, and before there will be a heart to heal, to serve, and to Samaritan. One heart, one hand, one destiny, through the powers of His Majesty. Come and keep it. Good to hear the children sing and the joy bells ring. When He cometh to make up His jewels, pure, right one, them who hear and swear for righteousness' name's sake. Them that are called by His name. bless the Almighty Father, for he is worthy to be praised. Let us glorify before him, for he is the most high, most righteous, and most true. For he came down from Zion in the personage of three, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy One. Blessing, asunder, caring, without wonder, fulfilling, that we may have his end. What a joy, what a joy. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, as we proceed today, children of the Most High, children of the Mighty Eye, children of Rastafari, Nazarenes, how are thee? How are the man and the eye them? In the fullness, I hope, of love and righteousness and truth. Today we're going to be reading from the Song of Solomon. Because we don't beat down Babylon, you know, and we don't set a righteous plan. See, and we just don't praise the Holy One. See, so a little love in the morning, you have to just muster up good feelings amongst I and I. Not true? Holy Emmanuel, King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, Selah, my Lord. Most High, Emmanuel, King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, Selah, my Lord. Reading from the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1. My lords and empresses, prince and princesses, one and all listeners. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine, because of the savor of thy good ointment. Thy name is as ointment poured forth, therefore do the virgins love thee. Draw me, we will run. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember the love more than wine, the upright love thee. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar and the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun have looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards. But mine own vineyard have I not kept. Tell me, O thou whom my soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou makest the flock to rest at noon. For why should I be as one that turneth aside by the flocks of thy companions? If thou know not, O thou fairest among women, go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock, and feed thy kids beside the shepherd's tent. I have compared thee, O my love, to a company of horses in Pharaoh's chariots. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold. We will make thee borders of gold with studs of silver, while the king sitteth at his table. My spikehead sendeth forth the smells thereof. A bundle of myrrh is my well-beloved unto me. He shall lie all night betwixt my breasts. My beloved is unto me as a cluster of campfire in the vineyards of Engedi. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes. Behold, thou art fair, my beloved. Ye pleasant, yea, pleasant also. Our bed is green. The beams of our house is cedar, and our rafters are fir. I am a rose of Sharon, and the lily of the valleys. As the lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. As the apples thee among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat down under the shadows with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banquet house, and his banner over me was love. Stay me with flagon, comfort me with apples, for I am sick of love. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand doeth embrace me. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roads and by the hinders of the field, that ye stir not up, nor wake my love, till he please. The voice of my beloved be behold. He cometh leaping upon the mountains, skipping upon the hills. My beloved is like a roe, oh, a young hart. Behold, he standeth behind our wall. He looketh forth at the windows, showing himself through the lattice. My beloved speak, and said unto me, Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. For lo, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone, the flowers appear on the earth, the time of the singing of birds is come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in our land. The fig tree putteth forth her green figs, and the vines with the tender grapes give a good smell. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away, oh my dove, that art in the cliffs of the rocks, in the cliffs of the rocks, in the secret place of the stairs. Let me see thy countenance, let me hear thy voice, for sweet is thy voice, and thy countenance is comely. Take us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. My beloved is mine, and I am his. He feedeth among the lilies until the day break, and the shadows flee away. Turn, my beloved, and be thou like a roe or a young hart upon the mountains of Bether. By night on my bed I sought him, whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I find him not. I will rise now and go about the city, in the streets, in the broad ways. I will seek him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I find him not. The watchmen that go above the city found him, to whom I said, show ye him whom my soul loveth. It was but a little that I passed from them, but I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him and would not let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinders of the field, that ye stir not up, nor wake my love, till he pleases. Who is this that cometh out of the wilderness like pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, with all powders of the merchant? Behold his bed, which is Solomon, threescore valented man, where about it of the valiant of Israel. They all hold swords, being experts in war. Every man have his sword upon his thigh, because of fear of the night. King Solomon made himself a chariot of wood, a Lebanon. He made a pillars therefore of silver, the bottom therefore of gold, the covering of it of purple, the midst thereof being paved with love for the daughters of Jerusalem. Go forth, O ye daughters of Zion, and behold King Solomon, with the crown wherewith his mother crowned him in the day of his espousal, and in the day of his gladness of heart. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes. With thy locks, thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep that are even shorn, which come up from the washing, whereof every one bear twins, and none a barren among them. Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet, and thy speech is comely. Thy temples are like a pierced piece of a pomegranate with thy locks. Thy neck is like the tower of David, built for any harmony, whereupon they hang 1,000 bucklers, all shield of mighty men. Thy two breasts are like two young roes, that are twins, which feed among the lilies, until the day break and the shadows flee away. I will get me to the mountain of mirth and to the hills of frankincense. Holy King Emmanuel, King Selassie, Jah Rastafari, thou art all fear, my love. There is not a spot in thee. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse, with me from Lebanon. Look from the top of the Amanda, from the top of the Shinar, the Hermon, from the lion's den, from the mountains of the leopards. Thou hast ravished my heart, my sister, my spouse. Thou hast ravished my heart with one of thine eyes, with one chain of thy neck. How fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse. How much better is thy love than wine, and the smell of thine ointment than all spices. Thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under thy tongue, and the smell of thy garment is like the smell of Lebanon. A garden enclosed in my sister, my spouse, a sprung, shut up, a fountain sealed. Thy plants are an orchard of pomegranates with pleasant fruits, campfires with spikeheads and saffrons, calmus of cinnamon with all trees of frankincense, myrrhs and aloes with all chief spices, a fountain of gardens, a well of living waters and streams from Lebanon. Awake, O north wind, and come thou south, blow upon my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my beloved come unto it, his garden, and eat his pleasant fruit. I am come unto my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my mirth with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, O friend, drink ye, drink abundantly, O beloved. I sleep, but my heart waketh. It is the voice of my beloved that knocketh, saying, open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, undefiled, for my head is filled with dew, and my locks with the drops of the night. I have put off my coat, how will I put it on? I have washed my feet, how shall I defile them? My beloved put in his hand by the hole of the door, and my bowels are moved for him. I arose up to open to my beloved, and my hands dropped with mirth, and my fingers with sweats, smelling mirth above the handles of the locks. I opened to my beloved, but my beloved had withdrawn himself, and he was gone. My soul failed. When he spake, I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he gave me no answer. The watchmen that went about the city found me. They smote me. They wounded me. The keepers of the walls took away my veil from me. Oh, I charge you, O daughter of Jerusalem, if ye found my beloved, that ye tell him that I am sick of love. What is thy beloved more than another beloved? O thou fairest among women, what is thy beloved more than another beloved, that thou doest so charge us? My beloved is white and ruddy, and chief among 10,000. My beloved is black and ruddy. Them no easy. My beloved is black and ruddy, and ruddy, the chieftain among 10,000. His head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. His eyes are as the star, the eyes of doves by the rivers of waters, washed with milk and fitly set. His cheeks are as the bed of spices, as sweet flowers. His lips like lilies drop sweet smelling mirth. His hands are as gold rings set with the beryls. His belly is as bright ivory overlaid with sapphires. His legs are as pillars of marble set upon stalks of fine gold. His countenance is as Lebanon, excellent as the cedars. His mouth is most sweet, yea, is altogether lovely. This is my beloved, and this is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Whither is thy beloved gone, O thou fairest among women? Whither is thy beloved turned aside, that we may seek him with thee? My beloved is gone down into his garden, to the beds of spices, to feed in the gardens, to gather lilies. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. He feedeth among the lilies. Thou art beautiful, O my love, as Teres, comely as Jerusalem, terrible as the army with banners. Turn away thine eyes from me, for they have overcome me. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Gilead. Thy teeth are as a flock of sheep which go up from the washing, whereof every one beareth twins, and there is not one barren among them. As a piece of a pomegranate are thy temples within thy locks. There are 80 queens and 80 concubines and virgins without number. My dove, my undefiled, is but one. She is the only one of her mother. She is the choice one of her that bare her. The daughter saw her and blessed her, yea, the queen and the concubines, and they praised her. Who is she that looked forth as the morning, fair as the moon, clear as the sun, and terrible as an army with banners? I went down into the garden of nuts, to see the fruits of the valley, and to see whether the vine flourishes, and the pomegranates budded, or ever I was aware. My soul made me like a chariots of Amidadim, return unto the Shulamites. Return, that we may look. What will we see in the Shulamites? As it were the company of two armies. How beautiful are thy feet with shoes, O prince, O princess daughter. The joint of thy thigh are like jewels. The work of thy hands is as a cunning workman. Thy navel is like a round goblet, which wanted not liquor. Thy belly is like a heap of wheat set about with lilies. Thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins. Thy neck is as a tower of ivory. Thine eyes like the fishpole of Hashbon, by the gates of Berabim. Thy nose is as the tower of Lebanon, which looketh towards Damascus. Thine head upon thee is like camel, and thy hair of fine head like purple. The king is held in the galleries. How fair, how pleasant art thou, O love, for delights. This thy stature is like to a palm tree, and thy breasts of clusters of grapes. I said, I will go up to the palm tree. I will take hold of the bruff thereof. Now also thy thy breast shall be as clusters of vine, and the smell of thy nose shall like apples, and the roof of thy mouth like the best wine for my beloved, that goeth down sweetly, causing the lips of those that are asleep to speak. I am my beloved, and his desire is towards me. Come, my beloved, let us go forth unto the field. Let us lodge in the village. Let us get up early to the vineyard. Let us see if the vine flourish, whether the tender grapes appear, the pomegranates bud forth. There will I give thee my love. The mandrakes make a smell, and at our gates are all manner of pleasant fruits, new and old, which I have laid up for thee, O my love. Oh, that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breast of my mother. When I should find thee without, I would kiss thee. Yea, I should not be displeased. I would lead thee and bring thee into my mother's house. Who would instruct me? I would cause thee to drink the spicy wine of the juice of my pomegranate. His, his left hand should be under my head, and his right hand should embrace me. I charge you, O daughter of Jerusalem, that ye stir not up nor awake my love until he please. Who is this that cometh up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I raised thee up under the apple tree. There thy mother brought thee forth. There she brought thee forth that bare thee. Set me a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm. For love is strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. At the coals therefore are coals of fire, which have a most fervent flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. If a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it would utterly be contempt. We have a little sister, and she have no breasts. What shall we do for her, our sister, in the day when she shall be spoken for? If she be a wall, we will build upon her a palace of silver. If she be a door, we will enclose her with borders of cedar. I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. Mama, na shina easy. Then was I in his eyes as one that found favor. Solomon had a vineyard, but Bahalahmon, he let out the vineyard unto keepers, everyone for the fruit thereof was to bring 1,000 pieces of silver. My vineyard, which is mine, is before me. Thou, O Solomon, must have 1,000, and those that keep the fruit thereof 200. Thou that dwellest in the garden, the companions hearken to the voice, cause me to hear. Make haste, my beloved, and be thou like a row of young heart upon the mountain of spice. The Song of Solomon. Quickly read. Passionately read. For if you read the Song of Solomon, it's Solomon and his empress speaking to each other, taking turns. It's a wonderful, wonderful rendition of collaboration. You must read it, the Songs of Solomon. You wouldn't think it's two people speaking and writing, but the two of them are writing to each other and comparing themselves and comparing their love for each other. It's wonderful. Shakespeare, Songs of Solomon, Holy King Emmanuel, King Selassie, Rastafari.
Rastafari, hope for the promised land at this hour. Could die and go to heaven to see the Father. Black house of Israel must inherit the land of promise to the Lord Most High. Jah, Rastafari, I am under the and the is Ayadana. Jehovah guide, I'm under the go tell my enemy that I am.
You're listening to Bobo Ras Anthony on blessradio.org internationally. You know, blessing the nation with a righteous vibration. Be blessing His Holiness, children of the Most High, Holy King Emmanuel I, King Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari.
Go tell my enemy that I am saved, Jehovah guide. I'm on the bar, saying I am on the bar, and the back is Ayadana. Jehovah guide, I'm on the bar. Go tell my enemies that I am saved, Jehovah guide. I'm on the bar, saying I am on the bar, and the back is Ayadana. King Emmanuel guide, I'm under the bar. Go tell my enemies that I am saved, Jehovah guide. I'm under the bar, saying I am under the bar, and the back is Ayadana. Jehovah guide, I'm under the bar. Go tell my enemies that I am saved, Jehovah guide. I'm under the bar, saying I am under the bar, and the back is Ayadana. Yeah, Jehovah guide, I'm under the bar. Go tell my enemies that I am saved, Jehovah guide. I'm under the bar, saying I am under the bar, and the back is Ayadana. Yeah, Jehovah guide, I'm under the bar. Go tell my enemies that I am saved, Jehovah guide. I'm under the the 19th say, let us break your body, son, and cast away the cosmos. He that sitteth in Zion shall laugh. Let our God shall not them in the region. Then shall he speak unto them in his right with America. Vex them in his soul, displease our great God. Holy Emmanuel, I bless.
Babylon burning, she burning. Babylon burning, I say she burning. Wicked Babylon burning, and they have no water. Red hot fire, fire, hot a fire, 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 hot fire, consuming fire. Oh, burn down Babylon, she burning, Babylon burning. I say she burning, Babylon burning. I say she burning, wicked Babylon burning, and they have no water. Red hot fire, fire, hot a fire.
Holy King Emmanuel, I King Selassie, I Rastafari, I seal of my lifetime, running and passing. And there was more stuff to read, so well, let me just move through fastly, see if we can get more to the item for this week. You know, reading from the book of Esther, Esther chapter 5. Holy King Emmanuel, I King Selassie, I Rastafari, I seal of my life. Now it came to pass on the third day that Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner courts of the king's house, over against the king's house. And the king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house, over against the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Esther, the queen, standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight. And the king held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. Then said the king unto her, What wilt thou, Queen Esther, and what is thy request? It shall be given unto thee to half of the kingdom. And Esther answered, If it seem good unto the king, let the king and Aman come this day unto the banquet that I have appeared for him. Then the king said, Cause Aman to make haste, that he may do as Esther hath said. So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared. Time running and passing, so we won't go any further. Let us bless our mother, our blessed mother of creation. Let us bless our empresses, them, for all coming from them. All nations coming from the mother of creation. Let us bless her at this hour for her virtuosity, and her loving tender mercies, and her sweet and glorious words cannot express. Mother of creation, Mother Meninai, Jah Rastafari. Haile Selassie, the King of Kings of Ethiopia, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the descent of Solomon, the son of David, King of Israel. Haile Selassie is the son of Ras Makonnen, past 1906, whom Melanick II had named his heir and successor. He was born in 1893 and in 1916 was appointed regent and heir apparent and governed under the name of Rastafari. He was adopted his baptismal name of Haile Selassie as his throne name. These scepters have been designed with a view of making them to possess a historical, religious, and symbolic character in accordance with the traditional history of unconquered Abyssinia. The great native were called Kebrenagas, i.e., the glory of the kings, the teaching of which are based upon the traditional history of Abyssinia for nearly 3,000 years and are regarded as infallible by every class in that country, states that the founder of the legitimate line of the king of Abyssinia was Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, who reigned at Jerusalem about 1900 BC. Their great ancestors, according to native tradition, was the great Ethiopian queen Makeda, whom the Arabs call Belkis, who under the guidance of her Wuza and master was transported called Temrim, set out from her country to Sheba, which lay some 1,500 miles to the south of Jerusalem, in order to visit King Solomon and profit by his advice and world-famous wisdom. Towards the close of her visit, Makeda announced her native religion of Sabbaism, i.e. the worship of the sun, moon, and stars, earth and sea, and married King Solomon. The affairs of her own great kingdom made it necessary for her to return to Sheba. And when she bade well to Solomon, he gave her a very special ring as a keepsake. In due course, after her return to Sheba, she gave birth to a son, whom she named Melanic, and who she named who she named Melanie. And when the child reached man's esteem, he took the ring from his mother and went to Jerusalem, and Solomon acknowledged him to be his son and made him his equal in the kingdom. The traditional history of Abyssinia stated that Melanic wished to return to his native country and to find a kingdom there similar to that of Solomon. When he left Jerusalem, he stole the Ark of the Covenant, which was in Solomon's temple, and succeeded to carry it off to Abyssinia. Some think that it was hidden in Oxen and believe that it's still there. The result of these proceedings was that the new kingdom of Abyssinia was found in Jewish lines, and from that day to this close relationship have been maintained between the sovereigns of Abyssinia and the kings of rules in Jerusalem. For centuries, the Abyssinians maintained a college and a monastery where their young men could go and learn the principles of Ayanai religion. A little knowledge there, changing of hands, father and son, son and father. I mean, Melanic never stole the Ark of the Covenant from his father. He never done that, just set it that way, Solomon, the father wanted the Ark to be back in Ethiopia, and it's him same one, it's him seed, it's him said one, so, a Jah run things, and we are run things. And we know said Solomon flesh to get weak in the last days. So it's just the strength part of him flesh come back, come take up the thing. You understand? So, the father sent him with 12 disciples. A man said when Solomon run down the ark, when Solomon run down the ark and he marks a bridge on the roadside, you see a bridge pass here, so with the ark. The man said, see some man pass here, so but they were about 5 foot off of the ground and moving. They were elevating, levitating. The whole posse of them, according to the Kebrenagas. I mean, every time you read it, they said Solomon, Melanic steal the Ark of the Covenant. Who can steal the Ark of the Covenant? When them talk sometime, I tell you, so them have to talk. I mean, the Father ordained that through the Spirit. And true we know, say, if you plant an apple, you get an apple. And we know, say, if you plant your seed, you get you. And it's Jah run things. It's you said one. You understand? So we just give thanks unto the Father, and we live in the realms of righteousness, you know, so we can be fed. So verily we shall be fed. You're listening to Bobo Ras Anthony on blessradio.org international. Yes, we're coming to the end. You know, we're coming to the end of this week's show, but you know, I love same ways. I love. I just pure love. You know, keep it, you know. Keep it, keep the love, and keep your way. You know, make every word mean, every word count. Listen every word and set it, that it's set. Listen every word that you understand. Speak only words that have life. Put away words that bring forth death. You know, come we stand in the light of the Almighty, especially in this time. If you know nothing to do nothing and praise the Almighty. You have something to do something and walk in the light of the Lord. You know, yeah, if you are singing a song, sing a good song unto the Almighty, thy Father. You know, and if you are in love with a loving heart. You know, you're just righteousness now from this day onward and forever, said the mighty Father. He said, righteousness shall cover the earth as water covereth the sea. No make jar for pulling it down. Pure, clean and a pure heart. Behold, I come quickly. Write the tablets around your neck. Bind them around your neck like an ornament. And write righteousness upon thine heart like a tablet. Walk in the light of the Almighty, for his ways are true. From his ways come all ways. When you look deep in your ways, you see the Father sitting there. Rise up with them and put them into flourishment. Walk with them, talk with them, work with them. Set them in everything you do, that your words and your deeds and your ways may be strong. Be not like the fool that built his house upon the sand, but be like the man that built his house upon the rock. Rock of righteousness. You're listening to Bobo Ras Anthony on blessradio.org international. Be blessed in his holiness. Until we meet again. Sin are just righteousness, your love and protection. little more oil we need. Lords and empresses, prince and princesses, one and all listeners. Full joy, the week until we meet again still. Full joy, every moment. If I work, you know, say I just, by the sweat of your brow shall you eat. Don't eat no trouble, don't eat no hush. By the sweat of your brow shall you eat. Verily thou shalt be fed. Yeah, remember Friday, when Friday coming up. Same time the mama nice. She not talk to you all week. Soon as Friday come in. Yeah, we do everything. Just Rastafari. Every man across today. But unto the Almighty God we swear, the wages of sin is death. But the gift of what? The gift of God is eternal life. We put our trust in the Almighty. You know what I mean? Command the faith. Creational creation, create. Sing a new song unto the Almighty. You know, yeah, and never be late, you know. Bringing forth those wonderments and glory from within. You know, yeah, blessing the children, blessing the people, you know, that they may have sanctification from sin. There's a place called Zion. And the Father said, I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you can be also. God bless you and keep you. And all of it, and all of blessings be unto you. To the powers of the Most High. For he loves each and every one the same. But some are this and some are that. Some are laborers and some are kings. Some are singers and some are doctors. Some are lawyers and some are teachers. We are all men. But he is a laborer and I am a king. Let us live together in unity, love and strength. Especially that we know. Especially that we can be rise and take a stance again. It's yours. Receive it gladly. Accept it within. Save thy souls from sin. Yes, it's hard. But everything else is harder. Come and praise the Father. Holy King Emmanuel, thanks Celestia, Rastafari. Until next week, salam.